You know what's going on, folks? Just got a package in the mail today, and I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show you what it is, and now you're going to get to know what we're going to be doing. Got a request from somebody asking if we want to do some collaborations on some videos and stuff like that. And first, I seen the products. They tried to, they offered it, and I was like, look, it's nothing personal, but whatever's on this list, I don't think I'm going to use it. So just, I don't want you sending me something for free that I'm not going to use. So I told them no, and they sent me a thing and said, check out our website if you see anything. First thing I come down across, I seen a picture and I said, you know what? And there was more options, but I seen this and I thought, man, this would be perfect for one of my semis. I could do an installation video on it. So let's get this outer box open, and then we'll see what's going on. Nice. Get this stuffing out of here, and maybe we'll be able to get this opened a little bit better. So this is what we've got. I don't know what size this is, but we got some horns. So here, operated horn for trucks. Yeah, here we go, baby. So we've got these right here that I'm going to be mounting somewhere, and I got to figure out which truck I want to use them on. I'll probably put them on the blue truck because that's the truck that I'm going to be running first. So I can mount these somewhere. Yeah, so that's what's up. That is what is going on. So I'll be mounting these and doing a instruction video on these when I get to it. So thank you to Cabover for sending me these. I'll put the link and everything like that in the description when we get ready to do them. You know what I'm talking about. Oh man, what's going on today? What a nice day. 63 is what the high is supposed to be. It's probably like 57, feels like 57 right now. So just kind of, you know, kicking around in this, and I am finally going to get to washing this thing. Needs washed, hasn't been washed in I don't know how long. Painting, all that stuff's decent, but what I'm really interested in doing is the stacks and the tanks. That's what I'm doing, and then just kind of going over the frame here real quick, blowing those out, that way I can clean these up. A little bit of rust there poking through, nothing major where I feel like I need to put new ones on, but I want to be able to clean these up, you know what I'm saying, because you can see those dirty spots and those stains and whatnot. So that's pretty much what I want to do right now. Dual pressure washer out. I'm just getting ready to get it set up here, which I'll get it set up here in a few minutes and I'll start blowing it off. And I want to start throwing some other things on, because obviously you can see there's still a little bit of dullage right here from where that that guy was at, but this thing still hasn't been washed since I did it. And then I'll check everything else over one time. Oh, got that radio plugged in and working since I went out and bought a new unit, you know, seen that obviously. So we'll be able to probably run it down the road here this afternoon, maybe. All clean up them windows, and then I've got that horn that I'm going to install too here, and I'm probably going to take away the city horn that I had put in one time, long time ago, and I'll probably make the button that, because it doesn't come with anything fancy like the purl. You know, this is just a small set, and it does come with a compressor, but I don't think I'm going to need to hook the compressor up for it, because I can just tap into something else that'll just give it enough air, you know what I mean, something that always have constant air, like the seat, or because there's, if I put this thing, I may just hook it up right there or something, you know, that's a good spot for it. I don't see, I think that would be fine, and then have it to where it just blows straight down or something. I think it would be okay. And then the air that comes off the seat, wherever it goes, I could probably just tap it to it if I want it right there. Let's see where that thing's going. That thing's going over there to that. Maybe not. Or I could just run it to one of the tanks. It doesn't really matter, but that's what's going on today. at least wash this up so I can start getting some of this stuff clean, and then maybe prep the frame for some painting here and there, some spot painting. It's not really too bad, but could be used a couple spots hosed up there. So it's what it is. It's what's going on today. On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel. Well, got half the thing what I wanted to do done, and I started peeling a bunch of paint off these, so these will get painted, you know, which I talked about doing already. But I should have done the glass. I forgot about that, which once I fire that thing back up I can. The stack's done, so it'll be cool. Can dry, go up there, clean it up, throw some polish on it, maybe tomorrow morning if it's not too damp. These are going to need painted because I started getting some of these spots that were rusty. These started peeling up and just coming right off, so that's nice having that pressure washer. Just peels that stuff off with that pressure. This one was even worse back here. I know it's really not too bad, but it's what it is. So oddly enough, I sprayed that spot back here and it just started getting bigger and bigger, so we're going to have to figure out something to do with that. We may just paint something on there like a mural, just hand paint something on there, because we don't really, you know, we're at the point right now where we got to do something. I don't think a sticker would be a good idea, another sticker. So I'm going to cut you out here, and then I'm going to go back to washing the other side up and join an adult beverage. So I shall return when I get this all wrapped up and stuff. Maybe by then we'll go for a ride when we're trying to dry her off. I don't know, but I'm probably going to use, I did not, obviously you've seen I didn't put anything on the actual cab for paint. I will do the back. I'll just wash it up real quick. Everything else is fine, except there's freaking paint chips from that peeling off up on the top, so I'll have to probably climb back up there and do it again. But I've got this wax as you dry that I'll probably throw on the truck, and then use this nice chamois here to you know, do it, and we'll just do it to it. You know what I'm talking about. Anywho, another things I got here. Picked up a bottle of Dawn dish soap when I was at the dollar store this morning while the dog was getting his hair cut, and I got some Brillo pads too so I can scuff some things up if I need to. Big shouts to Top Don. Been using that the past couple times I've had to get the mower out. The thing just wouldn't start. Grab that, throw it on there, battery, blah bling, blah bloom when it's cold. And then I wanted to get this thing more so I could bust up this Saker cordless buffer and polisher. You know what I mean? That they had sent me after they'd talked to me about some other stuff when they had sent me that grease tip. Boom. And if you have seen that on Facebook, yes, I'm in the commercial for this. I'm in 2 commercials for that grease tip when I did that promo for them. So big shouts to them. And then, yes, we'll get to the air horns here one of these days. Well, start her up real quick. Didn't really want to start, had to pedal it. 62 out, feels like 62. But this thing just did have a bunch of cold ass water on it, so just letting it build some air for now. Maybe we'll go for a cruise. I'd like to run it down the road just to get all the water and some air in it, you know what I mean? The wife needs to go to the store and get some paper towels, so I'm gonna go see if she wants to go or how long she's gonna be before she's ready to go, and then maybe we'll go down the road. I don't know. Some of that nice white Cummins smoke when it's cold. You know how Cummins are when they're cold. They smoke white until they warm up, then they start rolling some coal. This thing don't run a ton of coal, but maybe one day it will. Some vehicles in the parking lot here. Maybe to move Frank out the way. If not, may just take her through the grass. Well, it's kind of soft, but I doubt we'll get stuck or anything like that, so it's not a big deal. Can tell you right now, as soon as I turn that thing on, the radio was working. Low air buzzer still going, and yeah, that guy's talking right now. Let's get him out of here. Turn him on something else. No, got some bumping. So I don't know. I gotta figure out where the mute is on this thing. Maybe just turn it all the way down. That's when it goes to the mute. Okay, if I turn it to 12, you really can't hear it, so that's cool, right? We got about 50 on the air, maybe 45, 50. So we're building it. 40 psi on the engine. No, I did check it one day and it was barely under full, so I'm fine with that. RPM gauge is working, that's cool. Speedometer hopefully will work. I don't know, it's what it is. It says we got that much fuel, but I know we got more because I had set that up to where it would say it was empty and I still had a quarter of a tank, remember? If you don't remember now, you know. Yeah, it's a super nice day. I should be out in the woods searching for mushrooms, but I did that all day yesterday. And got a pretty decent amount, but yeah, let's get out of here so we don't hear that buzzer. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Bunch of white smoke still. That's what it looks like to me. Well, you can see it in the back of the wagon reflection. So it's what it is. Let this thing run for a little bit. Building air, no mean. Well, she's still busy. Wayne, we're just gonna run it down the road real quick. Ran through the yard. I figured the dents would be a lot worse, but they're not too bad, so I guess it's what it is. I'll just roll over it. Unfortunately, there's a little mud spot over there we kind of went through. Seems to be okay. Probably only because we for sure. And that grass is clean, so cleaned her off real quick. Yeah, that thing just bangs. So I don't know. Maybe you won't. You won't ride with me. I'm not sure yet because I know you didn't like the angles before, but yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, I'll take you for a quick trip. You just hooked in there. If you go sideways, tilt, whatever, it's your angle right there, man. Watching me shift and enjoying it until I can figure something else out to where you're sticking up and you can see out the window. You can ride on the doghouse. I know that's what you like, so. The fuel gauge bobbed up some too. Get that thing in there. A couple vehicles coming here. We'll do the normal. One of these days I need to run this thing and get some fuel. I thought about going and doing it, but not sure how excited she'd be. Don't know who that was, but they were honking at me and waving. Handicap. Handicap plate. Because I do need to warm this thing up some. I want to warm it up. I'll run it down the interstate maybe, or 24 at least. Really get the thing going, then I'll come back down. Kind of like the way I took Frank one day. I think I'm good on diesel. I mean, worst case scenario, I got to rob some diesel from Frank because I think he's got like over half the tank, if not more. You don't really need much because he's just sitting, if you know what I mean. This thing does need sand jakes. Later, hopefully. That's it for now, boys. I'm gonna cut you out. Bring you back when I get home. Oh man, what's going on? I'm just doing the loop-de-loop, the spin. You know what I mean? Anywho, it's the next day after yesterday when I was out washing a truck and doing all that stuff. Took her for a ride, you know. Ran down the road, was going to go grab some diesel, but then I didn't, just run back down 24 and busted it and come home. But I have got the cab up today, as we'll walk out there in 2.5 because I'm going to install this right here. Just getting some stuff out. Here's a nice instructions that they send with it. And it looks like there is a ground and a positive coming off of here, this little solenoid. So we've got these two right here. It doesn't say which is which, and I don't really care for how these tips are on here because there's nothing else that came with it that is supposed to. You got your positive and negative right here on this compressor, which I don't know if I'm going to hook up or not because I don't necessarily need all this stuff. I don't need a compressor since I already have air going to my stuff, you know. I think they sent you get this that way if you wanted to put this like on your pickup truck or, you know, your car or whatever. So it does have this nice solenoid, so I'm going to probably keep that on there because, you know, just a positive and negative is going to run to that. And then I'll have air that'll basically always be there until I push the button. So I just was grabbing some stuff because I wanted to see, this is what they send you for mounting hardware. And then this comes with it also, looks like a little bit of thread tape maybe. Some more hardware for what, I don't know. Maybe that's for that because it's got some washers in there and stuff. And then a fuse, that way, you know, you don't blow your stuff out if it's too much. So basically, here's the air hose that is sent to you right here. Sorry, the lighting might be bad. I've got this stupid Pioneer or that old radio box sitting right there, which I just moved. So let's get into the light a little bit more here. But basically, we've got our air hose that goes over here to the, this is the compressor right here. Your positive and negative that's coming out of the bottom is going right here. And then 6, what is 6? That is the fuse wire, so that's going to that. And that switch circuit is probably, you know, what goes from your horn and stuff to that. So we're going to bypass this probably because we're not going to use the horn. First of all, I've got a button that's already installed in the truck because I have a road horn that I had to hook up. So I'm pretty sure I've got that hooked up in the truck somewhere else, and I'll show you where the wiring is once we get over there in a second. And in a battery, which we've already got our stuff hooked up to a 12 volt in the battery because that's all this takes. Now I was trying to throw some 9 volt shit on there to see if I could get any reaction from it, and I couldn't get any click or anything like that, so I need more juice basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, I already have a position where I want this, so basically I'm going to bypass all this stuff. What I'm going to end up doing is running the positive and negative off of what I already have a switch hooked up to inside the truck. And then let's go into that road horn. Let's walk out there real quick and we'll check it out. Now there is there's an air line that goes to this right here. I don't know if this does anything or not. I should unhook it and see what this does. I'm not positive where this comes. This goes up into here. Okay, I can see it coming up into here. But I want to mount those horns right here. I figured that'd be the perfect spot for them, right in here. So I'll probably have to move this or just bring them from the bottom up. I thought if they're riding right here, that's perfect because it's going to get kind of protected from this stuff. And there should be something to where I can just drill into this and hook them and they can point down. So they can be sitting right here. But yeah, I got it. Okay, let's see if I can feel it. Okay, right there. I don't know where else it goes from there when it goes right in here. But anyways, right there is the horn that I have. That's the city horn that I have hooked up because the other one just didn't seem to work. So I've got that hooked up right there. So I'm probably going to steal that positive that's going from there. And that's just a ground screwed into that. So basically what I could do is when I clean this up to put that on there, I could possibly run the ground right onto this. Because unless this is, I can't tell if that's steel or I believe it's steel. It might be aluminum. I don't know. I'll drill through it and I may clean up some spots wherever I feel like it's going to go, and then we'll do that. But I should probably, I want to check and see where this airline goes to, because I'm not exactly sure where that airline runs from, that real small one, because I've got this one right here that goes up to the seat right here. So I thought maybe I could tap into that, or I'm going to bust out a chunk of cardboard, and I'm going to climb down and lay on my back and see if there's any more spots in that tank. I might, you know, actually there's one right there. If I could undo this, this might be like the drain plug though, but I might be able to hook right into this because I do have some more of those fittings that'll come off right here. So I could always have this, but if that's the bottom garbage, I might not want it. I might want to get me one of them things that I can piss out, kind of like the other one. That way I could just throw something to hook up on there. Maybe I'm not going to get a piece of cardboard. But yeah, let's get up under here real quick. You know how it is for a big guy like me to climb down under here. Yeah, I don't know. I've got all that mess right there, which I don't really want to fumble with, you know, because that goes to the airbags. And then there's that one on the other side that doesn't have anything, but I don't necessarily want to run anything over if I don't need to. So I probably could undo that and see what's going on with it. That's probably what the thread tape's for, something like that. I'll see what that is. Right there. There's something over there too. I could probably hook something up into. I don't know. It's probably kind of dark for you under here. It's kind of dark for me, so I may need a flashlight to poke around and see what all I can see, so I can see some stuff a little bit better. But once I figure out what's going on and I've got more of a solid plan, I'll bring you back and show you, because you know that's what kind of guy I am. So yeah, I'll be back. Well, after further investigations, I do believe I've got this T right here that I could put onto this right here if I could get this loose. I cleaned it up with this guy. Put some oh, what is that? Not WD-40, but that other stuff. Oh God, I can't remember that breakaway stuff. And I still can't get it. I used it's a little 3/8. I brought my breaker bar, hooked that up there and tried to crank it, and it's not doing nothing. So I got the old map gas out. I'm going to light her up real quick and see if we can get her to go, because I need to heat this up. I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm hoping that I can heat this up and it might get her to break free, but I'm not necessarily twisting. It's kind of making some you know, indents in the top of that square, and unfortunately that's the best I can do for that, is just that little thing. I don't have any wrenches or anything that I can, you know, actually get some pressure up on there. So I'm just going to heat this up real quick and see if maybe I can get the thing to break free. If not, I'm going to have to go a different route. I sprayed that other one over there too to see if maybe I could get that too. I think might be able to plug something right in there and hose her down, if you know what I mean. Hook a hose up to it, that'd be nice. Okay, I can see the stuff in there bubbling, so burning it up. Dual map gas. Apparently it burns hotter than regular, so it'd be nice if this worked. I'd love to be able to just throw something right in there and be able to use it like that. Who knows though? I mean, it probably won't work, and I'll have to do something else. All right, burn out. Burn out. See if I can get this thing to move at all. Nope. Nothing. Just bending that crap up. This is pissing me off. Not necessarily trying to deal with this all day, but I mean, what else can you do, right? Hell, nothing. It's just freaking tearing that shit up. I thought tightening it, loosening it. Come on, baby, do something for me. Nothing. Well, it's warm enough. It should just come loose, maybe. Maybe not. If there's too much crud down in there still, I don't know. I'll be back. Well, folks, I am back. It is the next day, unfortunately. Cinco de Mayo yesterday, so we had a date scheduled beforehand to go to the Mexican restaurant and drink some margaritas and stuff like that, you know. Before, though, I actually went and picked this guy up right here. I figured this would be perfect for the side that I'm not going to put the horn on, because I want to dump, and I've got that one thing that I can connect right to there to fill up tires and stuff like that if I need to. So I figured this would be perfect for that other side of the tank, because I did get that one thing to come off, but I couldn't get that small 3/8 square plug to come off. And then I picked up a couple of these TLTs here. That way I could just splice into that air ride line, because that air ride line is not really you know, gonna cause any effect. The line that it's going off of goes over to that tank that I'm gonna on the other side here, so it's not a big deal. I should be able to splice into that really quick. Then I'll run that line and everything will be on that side. Right here is what I'm talking about, where I'm gonna put that that valve. So I'm gonna have that valve right there like that, with a thing that way I can hook up a pump and stuff if I need to, because I've got that one in the truck. I'd really like it to be on the other side, but I can't really get to that side, and that's there. So I do have a couple dumps, but that'll be nice just to be able to flip that and have all that air just maybe get rid of some of that water and stuff. And if I have any problems with it opening up when I'm driving down the road, I'll figure something out, but I don't think I should unless it hits. I thought about putting something right here, but then I was like, man, it's gonna stick out, you know, blah blah blah. Nothing right there, but right there is perfect to do that, because then I can just slide down there, hook that airline up if I need to. You know what I'm talking about. I think I've got it out before. Basically like what I got on Frank over here. I want that dump to be like that. This guy right here, old pump and stuff, old gauge. I want to be able to just boom, slap that bad boy in there, so that'll be nice. Get that all taken care of and hooked up. That way I've got one of those on both trucks. If I get somewhere and there's a flat tire or something that just needs air because, you know, it's got a slow leak or something, I can bam. Oh, it's about 54 degrees out right now. It's brisk. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Obviously just got out the shower, got the wet hair and stuff, so this should go pretty decent. I'm just going to slide under there real quick, splice that line, and then run it over to where I can probably mount the stuff. I already pulled it out and seen. I've got a hole right here, so I'll use one of those holes probably, and I'll drill the other hole. Then I'll probably just take a positive and hook up a connector and run it to where I can see if that solenoid will work. And once I get to that point, I'll probably bring you back at where you can see that stuff, and then we'll hook it up and I'll just drop it right down in there. I already had it mocked up yesterday, but you know, I still need to drill a hole right here, and then I'll have both the holes and it can sit right here, and it's about perfect where the short horns versus the long horns go. So it doesn't hit up against here or anything, and I figured this would probably be the best place for it to get the most secure mount that I can get on it. So it should be decent once I get her done. You know what I mean? It'll go into about right here. I can have all this surface right here hooked up to it to where it is not going to cause any problems or anything. Then just boom, bam with the wires and the hose. So, yeah. So I've got the airlines ran. Did that off camera. It was a pain in the butt because that T was super hard to get that line into. Basically cut into here like I said. I got that T on the other side right there, if that's it, running through here and down, and it's going to come right up in here. Now before I got too excited, I wanted to see if this solenoid would work right here, because I didn't want to mount this, because I'm going to end up drilling these holes out, making them a little bit bigger, because I've got some better hardware I wanted to use. But I wanted to see if I could get that's clicking, so I know that's going to work once I get the air and everything hooked up. I'm just going to mark it real quick with the red, so then I'll end up running the wire once I get it mounted and stuff. That's what I'm going to do now. Going to mount it, but I want to drill some drill these holes out right here because I got better. I don't think like this little stuff I got from them is going to be very good, and that's going to end up rattling loose or something, you know. So I've got these right here with this lock washer nut, and so these are perfect to go down in there, and then I'll just stick these up, or I'll stick them the other way, you know what I'm saying. But it's going to be a pain in the butt to reach up in there and give it the old reach around to get the stuff in there, but I just wanted to make sure that worked. That way, once I do get it hooked up, I can ground everything, because I'll probably ground it right to itself, right on that bracket. I'll try to, at least. I don't know if it'll work or not, but yeah, man, we're getting there. So hopefully we'll be train horning it pretty soon. Well, we're back, and it's been a long day. Truck is running right now. Hopefully everything's good. Ran all the wires. Hooked up the airline down in there. Was a pain in the butt laying on my back trying to get that thing to go. Ran the wires. I've got a couple of these on right now because I've got the ground and I've got the positive that goes up in the truck, and hopefully you can hear me because the truck's running and stuff. I'll show you what else I did though. But some people come over because they were visiting with Kim and whatnot. This on here, this is nice. So I can hook up the tire pumper upper if I want to. Anyway, some people were over and I had this hooked up and I started it up. The truck was up, then I put the cab down and I got it to blow when it was about 30 psi, and it was kind of weak, and I was like, ah, just wait. And then once I tried to do it when it was actually built up, it wouldn't go. So I'm like, man, what's going on? Did that solenoid go out already? What the, you know? So I undid the ground and I cleaned it up really good, and I thought to myself, man, what is going on? I thought maybe the wires are switched, because I could still push the button, okay? Because I got it hooked up to the button in the truck right here. So when you push the button right here, it's supposed to go, but it is not going again. It's like whenever there gets the truck is running and it actually gets voltage to it, it just doesn't work. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe that solenoid's just too weak and it can't handle the voltage that's coming through. There is a fuse that I can try hooking up to it, but I don't know what's going on. Obviously you can hear that clicking in there. When it's like no PSI in the truck, it'll work. Once it starts getting some actual air built up, it just does not want to work for some odd reason. I don't know what's going on. It's really irritating. I'll at least let this get to 120 and then kill it. Even though I do know there's some that's service front, service rear. I've got a couple of small air leaks I need to take care of. One out of a tank. I was messing with a thing yesterday. It looks like it's just like a purge valve or something, but for some odd reason it does not want to work. So really irritating. I want that thing to blow off right now. So I'm actually gonna get down. I'm gonna switch those wires around again and see what's going on. And I guess if I need to get something better for that, I will. I just don't understand what the deal is. It should be blowing off right now. No 350 make can that sound by it. I don't know what's going on. It's me off. Yeah, when there's like no PSI, the thing will work fine and blow off, but as soon as there gets some voltage going through, I don't know. It's like that solenoid kicks out and it won't open up or something. It's really irritating. So, and I mean, you heard me clicking it when it was off. The truck was off and stuff. Before I hooked anything up, you could hear that click, that opening up and stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll hook that fuse up and see what happens. Well, just drained all the air. I think it only works with like 20 psi. Because I just drained all the air and I hit that button again and it worked fine. So let's get in here. It's kind of irritating. Cheap, I guess. Yeah, under 30 service, okay, because that's what it's going for, and works every time. So it's what it is. Maybe I need to get some kind of pressure regulator and hook it into that pressure switch, because obviously when all that air builds and stuff, it just shorts it out. So what I'll do is I'll try to fab something up to where I can put a pressure switch on that pressure switch, which I've got one right there, and I think I might be able to just unhook that whole, but I'm gonna have to unhook the air. I'm gonna have to cut the freaking thing. Except the pressure switch needs to come off of the airline that's going into, or the regulator needs to go into the, from the airline to the pressure switch that's going into the, you know what I mean, the solenoid. And I've got one, but it won't work because it is too big over here and over here, so I'll have to figure something out. Because I could regulate that, but yeah, that's what's going on. It's just too much. So if it's not under 20 psi, and I don't think I can, I might be able to hook something into one of the airline that I split over to it to where I can regulate it, but still that's not really fun. It's not really fun if you're not getting ready, you know, you're being able to blow them all the way. But it's what it is. I guess we'll figure it out the next day. So until then, you know what we say, we will see. I think I did the we will see and told you what was going on, but I took that hat off because I'm getting ready to go inside and shower. And now I got a coat, too, jacket, man. Me a jacket and my nice hat, but I don't know if I'll put my nice, maybe I'll put my nice hat on. Anyways, I just sent him an email, a nice long email saying that the thing would only work under 20 psi, and anytime it would get over, it wouldn't work. I'm shorting out. I don't know if it's a weak solenoid or what. Whoa! Just knock that fucker down, man. That thing back up there. Yeah. Oh God, it was on a hook too. Let's see if I can get it. I doubt it. I can't get that on that freaking hook. Come on. I just put it on that. Yeah, I think that hook was something else. Woo! No. Come on, baby. Got him. Anyways. Got him. Just send him a lengthy email saying that, hey, this thing will only work if it's a certain PSI. Anything else, any recommendations, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see if there's something else going on, because if I gotta get some kind of pressure regulator, I can. I will if I need to, but I don't really want to have to do anything else. Splicing, that just spent a whole day working on this shit, just wasted. Doing other stuff like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. This thing's gonna sit until. But if I got up here now and push that button, it'd work fine. I just told him it doesn't really sound like a train horn. It doesn't sound like a train horn when you're doing that. If you know, you only got 20 psi. I want the one that'll sound you can hear from 4 miles away. That's what I want. I want the real deal train horn, not just some weak ass little tutor. Man, what's going on? So I ran to the store this morning. I'm pretty sure yesterday I said we will see. I gave you that whole bit, and I thought I was going to shut it down, but I'm back. Went to the store because I stewed over this last night and this morning when I woke up bright and early, you know, because I can't always sleep. So I ran to the store and I got a couple of these and I got this, and I thought maybe if I put this air regulator and I kind of control how much air is going to that, horn and that solenoid, I might be able to get it to work all the time and not just, you know, because I feel like that's what it is. I just feel like whatever's air's coming out of that tank is probably more than what the pressure gauge is reading up in the truck, because usually it will only work when that gauge is reading about 30, and that tank is for the trailer brakes and stuff like that. That's what the tank that's for. So that's why that air ride can work on that and have no problems with it ever, you know what I mean? Because that one really doesn't go down very often. So when I dump the stuff on the other side, it's the pretty much the truck brakes and stuff like that that dump out. Those service brakes is what dumps from those other two tanks that I have the switches and the valves on. This one never dumps, so that's always on. In when I would shut the truck down before, it's kind of why that that button, that brake, parking brake for the trailer brake, would always hiss and piss, because that had blowed out and then that just would sit there and piss through. So I'm going to slap this together real quick. I'm basically going to go out there and it's got a mounting plate too, which is nice, so I can mount it right in that area. I'm going to slice that line, connect them, then I'm gonna fire it up and we're gonna test it out and we'll see what happens. So that's what's going on with this. Just wanted to bring you back real quick. It's really nothing major. Once I get this thing open, that is where the gauge goes in the front, and then one goes in, one goes out. Bada bling, blada bloom. I'm sure there's an arrow pointed somewhere, so we'll figure it out. Well, we've been out here for about an hour and looks like I got something on my face. Hopefully I didn't get too much shit on my hat. Go under and put a new hose clamp up where I had that drip, and I had messed with that before, thought I fixed it, didn't fix it. So I tried to do the hose clamp, tighten it up. It didn't break it on me, so I ended up making two into one because I didn't have the right size, and I'm pretty sure it's working because I don't see no more drips coming out of there. Anyways, this is what we got going on. I have mounted and installed this gauge right here, so I can see it. Air line goes up there to the T, air goes to that, and that is there's an arrow right there that shows in. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right here. So I've got this all taken care of. So this is in, that's out. I pretty much have it, you plop it open, you can turn it. I pretty much have it, I believe, open all the way. I don't know. We'll jump up in the truck real quick together, and I'll let you hear you can hear the solenoid working without no power. I think I got all the air. Let me make sure I got all the air closed, because I'm gonna end up getting back down real quick because it's gonna need to run for a second. Yeah, get that thing closed, and that thing closed. So now everything's closed. That thing needs worse. Damn place I go to has been closed for like the past 3 days. Every time we tried to go in there, closed for remodeling and stuff, and it's like, come on, it's a car wash. I pay $25 a month to be able to wash my car whenever I want to, you know what I mean? All right, well, let's get up here. Hear that? That's the solenoid. Fire right up. Now we just let her build some air, and I will I'm gonna cut you out, that way this thing can build some air and stuff. Get down here, get my ear out, see if I hear any leaks or anything like that, anything significant, if you know what I mean. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we got about maybe 80 psi up on the gauge the last time I looked. I hit the button. Hear the solenoid. So now I'm coming down here. We're gonna check on this gauge here, and we're gonna open her up. We're gonna give her some PSI. We'll start with that right there. That's about 20. We'll go hit the button and see what happens. It's probably plenty right there, to be honest with you. So that's probably gonna work all the time. 20 PSI. Let's put it up to we'll put it up to 30 and see how it sounds. Okay, 30 is too much. 30's not working, so Looks like it's gonna have to be at about 20. Let's try 25. Right there. Let's see what that does. 25 is probably what it's going to be at, because it just doesn't seem like it wants anymore. You know what I mean? There's 30. This thing can't handle over 30 psi. Yeah, nothing. So that solenoid cannot handle over 30 psi. That's what's going on. I'll crank it back down to get it up to 20, 25. If it can handle 25, I'll just leave it that, because I can lock that thing. 25 psi is what it is for the train. So that's what's going on. I'll back it off just a skosh and lock it down. So that's what that is, folks. That train horn can handle 25 psi. That solenoid. That's what was going on yesterday. It was just getting a full blown, you know, and that's why it wouldn't work. But good for me thinking. And I messaged the people, and I don't know if I talked about this or not. I'm sure I did. Excuse me. I had a couple Miller Lights because I was mushroom hunting, so I just got home right before I got on camera and started doing this and checking some things out. But I messaged them and told them I can't recommend this to my customers or my subscribers, because if I had put that compressor on and it still was messed up, then I'd have issues. Okay, so we're at 90 right now. Yeah, so we're good. We got 2 horns on the blue truck. 2 horns on the blue truck. So that's what it is. It's not the most blastiest train horn, but it's free one. So, you know, we'll tutor. It's a little bit louder than what the normal, you know. I think those horns are probably louder, those air horns, but it's a little bit more high pitched. It works though, so it's all good. You know, that's what's up. So yeah, now we got it at least working, and I'm not sitting there freaking out or stressing out about it. So that's what's up. I'll let you go because I'm going to put this thing down and probably go inside, hang out with my wife. Since I did mushroom hunt, I walked I think 7.4 miles today. I'm about done. I've went out enough. I probably walked 40 miles in the last month. Looking for stuff. I've gotten over, I'm almost to 70. I think I'm at like 68 or something like that. I'm close to 70 right now for the year. So I'll probably go out a couple more times, but I won't do like as much as I did the last, as heavy as I've hunted the last 3 or 4 times I've went out. I won't do that. I'll just walk the trail, or I'll just buzz to the spots where I think I know they're at. Well, I know they're at because that's where I find them. And I'll keep checking the yard and see if I get any. Until then, you know, if I do get a big blonde or something like that, I'll bring you back. Okay, finally we kicked up here, so that's cool. Yeah, right on, that's what's up. So we got train horn and air horn, so we are good.